Welcome. You're now part of another episode of the Respawn Podcast, your weekly update on all things God, gaming, and more nonsense than you're ready for. Rosa and Pastor Steven, bringing faith in video games right to your ears. Let's get this started.
What is up, everybody? What day does this come out again? Tuesday.
Were you about to say Happy Thanksgiving?
I was gonna say Happy Wednesday because I have another podcast that comes out on Wednesdays, and I thought for some reason that I was filming that.
Steven, today is Monday.
No, but they're gonna see this on Tuesday.
But logically, today is actually Monday.
Yes, but happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Respawn Podcast.
Future Tuesday.
It's been a while. Hi, Rosa.
Hi.
So people can't see this, but we did not plan this. If you guys are watching on like Spotify, Apple, you can't see this, but we are wearing identical outfits today.
On Spotify or Apple.
Yeah, if you're listening. We're
If
matching.
you're watching the video version, twinsies.
Like 100% twinsies. Backwards hat.
Oh, I wish I had white headphones now.
Right? Backwards hat, headphones.
But you need glasses.
Yeah, and a cool necklace like you.
I have 3 of them actually.
And you need a beard.
I have one.
Shut up.
It's there.
Okay, we haven't filmed.
There.
That is a pretty thick lush.
Yeah.
We haven't filmed in what, 3 months? 4 months?
More like 6.
No. How you been?
Boy, I'm gonna go look right now. When was our last?
Don't look. Don't do it. Don't do it
I'm
to
looking.
us.
Respawn Podcast, here it is.
When was the last air?
The last video was 4 months ago. No, yeah, 4 months ago.
Dang. See, I was right. 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, catch us up. How
But
have
you
you
got
been?
pregnant, so that's what happened.
Well, I'm going to tell them
that's
about
our-
that.
Yeah. Steven's pregnant, guys.
How have you been?
I've been good.
I like the new stream room.
I feel like I'm getting transitioned in, but I might have to move again. So there's
Oh
that.
my gosh. Your room looks so
Yeah.
pretty now, though. You got to leave it just the way it is.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about moving it because
Yeah?
this door actually isn't used for anything, and it's an eyesore to me.
Yeah.
I kind of want to take like my wolf tapestry that you can't see.
Yeah.
And like put it right here.
Oh, fancy.
And
Fancy.
I'm motioning, even though if you're listening on Spotify, you don't know. It's directly behind me.
Just close your
Fine.
eyes if you're listening on Apple and Spotify and imagine what her room looks like. And let
Or
us
you
know in the
just go to-
comments.
Or you could just go to YouTube and look at it.
Do you know that we have officially surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube, which means we now have our own URL, Respawn Podcasts, at YouTube?
We doing big girl things over
Big,
here.
we doing big girl things.
We are.
Nothing's new with me except I did my first wedding. Like I got to perform at a wedding.
Ooh.
Perform, that's not the right word, but officiate a wedding.
When you said perform, I thought you were back doing magic. I was
Oh,
like, oh.
somebody trusts me. Somebody trusted me. Can you believe this? To make sure they were legally married. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I can believe it.
I can't. I triple checked that paperwork like 4 times.
You're too hard on yourself, though.
Wait, did I just say I triple checked that paperwork 4 times? That doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. But a lot of the things you say don't make sense, so it's fine.
That's true. That's true.
Just like how we started this off.
I'm so excited to do this podcast again with you.
Happy Tuesday.
I'm so excited to get back
and we're
into
not
this
gonna talk
podcast.
about how you started today as well and didn't press record. We're going to skip that part.
Would you like to talk about how you're an hour late to the podcast?
If you would like
And
me
I would
to.
like you,
You would like for me to.
amazing,
I would love to
amazing
talk.
listeners. Oh, I forgot to ask about that. I would like your amazing listeners to know that she was also late last week to the planning session of the podcast.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
No.
Yes, you were.
You know, being late is a hard job. I'm showing up.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of hard discussions today. We've got quite a bit of stuff
Yeah.
planned for the podcast. Do you want to jump into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into God topic.
Talk about God, and let's talk about
Faith.
Okay, let's hear it.
if you guys are brand new to the podcast, because we haven't filmed for a while, we always jump into a God topic followed by some gaming news and updates for the week.
Also, hi.
Hi, guys. My name is Steven, by the way.
He stinks.
You guys know me as Pastor Steven on Instagram and Twitch.
Why are you
Tick.
flirting? You have like
And
a flirty little tone in your
my
voice right now.
co-host is Rosa XV. You guys know her as Rosa XV on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. Okay, our God topic for the day, Rosa's a little bit nervous about it, is taming the tongue. Taming the tongue. Can I tell you why I thought about this? So
Because of me.
I woke up and I was listening to this other podcast from Kirby Kelly, TikTok homie, great girl, and she's a Twitch streamer too. And she was talking about taming the tongue. And then I had this thought, right? Because like the Bible says that taming the tongue is super important and really hard. And like most people can't even do it. And we'll look at that in a second. But I thought about how like, like if you go punch somebody, right? You like punch someone you were angry, right? But you might have not gossiped because you can't really gossip with your hands. But
Let
with
the hands do the talking. Ooh, I feel you.
no, but the tongue can do every sin almost. You can gossip with your tongue. You can be hateful and angry with your tongue. You can, be
The
lustful.
Bible says that life and death is in the tongue.
Yeah. So it's massively important to tame the tongue. And as gamers, can we be honest that like in our field, most people have a hard time.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even just mean cursing. I mean, we could talk about that, but like, I just mean in general, like obviously in the gaming world, cursing's a big one, but like, what about gossip? What about foul language or jokes, especially in the gaming world?
Cursing and foul language. Pretty much, yeah. Especially those two. But
Yeah.
also too, like, I don't know. Should I stop with my death comms? Like telling people that their grandma sucks at making biscuits?
Well, I feel like,
I mean, that could be detrimental to somebody.
so
But I just do that to be funny, Like I'm not actually hating on
their
Nana
grandma
biscuits.
and their biscuits.
Yeah,
I will say that I love watching your streams.
probably makes amazing
No,
biscuits.
I love watching your streams when you yell out, "Your grandma makes stale biscuits" as you died in a Warzone game. I love it. It's the highlight of your
It
streams.
actually brought people, like that person that I told that to, they actually came to my chat and was like, "How dare you talk to my grandma like that?" And then it was a funny interaction.
That's epic. That's awesome.
That actually happened one time.
I think there's
wish I
a
would've
like
done
I think there's like a line obviously, right, between like what is a harmful joke and then
Right.
where that
yeah.
gets cross. Like so it says this is James chapter 3, it says, "With the tongue we praise our Lord and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers, this should not be." And then he goes on to give analogies. What were you saying?
Gee. I
Yeah,
said ouchie. Like,
right?
kind of right there, my brother.
Like it's hard to tame your tongue. And I feel like even like forget gaming, but like as a parent, can we talk about that?
Can I
Right.
leave the room first?
Right? Isn't it hard? Like kids bring
Ooh.
out and it's not the kids, but like they bring out I want to say the worst of you, but what I'm really trying to say is like they bring out the real in you, like the stuff you got to deal with God, I think.
Mhm.
And so I guess what I'm trying to say is like if you're listening to Rosa and I and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a sinful person because I can't tame my tongue." I would say use that as the way my kids remind me of what I need to work on with God. I would say if you're listening to our podcast right now and you're feeling slightly convicted about your tongue, I would say use that as like, this is what you need to work on with God. And then ask God, hey,
I need to work on it.
yeah, like, hey, can you work, what can help me with this, Lord?
Yeah.
Right?
I need to work on it.
You need,
Yeah.
well, you're a Warzone player, so.
Well, it's not even just because of gaming or anything. Like I've noticed myself within the past few months.
Yeah.
There was like a period of years, probably like 6-7 years, where you didn't hear me curse.
Yeah.
Like I completely got it out of my vocabulary completely.
Yeah.
And it was hard initially, but then after I quit doing it, it wasn't. But then in the past few months, I mean, My goodness gracious. You you drop a paper plate in the floor, and I probably could make a preacher blush.
So,
Like, it got bad. I mean,
well,
it's gotten better now, but, like, I don't know, like, my anger level has, like, very irritable this is turning into a therapy session. That's what this feels like.
let me get my notebook and write these down.
But, yeah, like, I've noticed even with myself, like but I don't know. Sometimes it's like a seesaw little
Yeah,
thing because if you think about that too much, you forget about what's in your heart
yeah.
and, you know, what matters. But I don't know.
So
If
my
Christ, if
my
Christ
pastor
is
on
in you, he should show with your behaviors and things like that. So,
yeah, my pastor on Sunday was preaching on something totally unrelated to this, but it made me think about it. He was talking about how Paul and one of his segments was on a boat. He was held captive. He was a slave basically on a boat, and the boat was going under. And in the middle of this crisis, Paul, it says in the Bible that he gave thanks to God and ate food. And the other people who were not believers, like it's not like he was holding communion. He was just doing his thing. But the other people who were holding him captive essentially were encouraged and they ate as well. And this wasn't even his message, but he really briefly said this and it just struck me. He was like, in the middle of like those bad situations, that's when we have to work our hardest and like thank God. So I'm thinking about you, right? You've had a bit of a crazy year, and like the reason why he said that was because that's how other people around us look. Like that's how an unbelieving world look at us and go, oh, what they're saying must be true because they're going through hell, but they're still, doing their best through it. You get what I
yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
Because don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm a pastor, and taming the tongue is hard too.
Yeah.
It's hard. I think it's one of the hardest battles we're gonna have. But I mean, our job is to be hopeful through it and to, get accountability, push through it, spend time with God, ask Him to help us, and then see fruit of that. Not just to just settle in it because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like this got really deep and really hard, really
Important,
quick.
important topic, though.
Yeah,
It's an important topic.
yeah. Now, if you're not watching the video version, we're just staring at each other right now, wondering how we're gonna go from very deep to gaming right now. Let's go into our gaming session.
Oh, can we wait?
Go ahead.
Here we go. This is prime example. Um, you guys that have watched me before know that I'm kind of a ragey gamer.
A
Okay.
ragey gamer, yes.
Yeah. But sometimes I just do that like just for, it's just the emotion that I'm having currently, so I just let it out, and it sometimes happens just to be funny. But one time, the one time true rage that was actually true was that TikTok clip that I uploaded where I actually wrecked my monitor.
That was
That's
hilarious.
true. That is true Rosa rage.
That was hilarious.
True. I was actually genuinely mad.
I mean, I saw the game you were playing. I'd be
Happened?
mad too. That's a
Well, what
scary
had
game.
happened, and I had tried that. I had died multiple times trying to figure out like this puzzle piece, because that game was full of puzzles. If you
Yeah.
didn't get the puzzle correctly in a certain amount of time, she grabs you up and eats your face off, pretty much. So imagine me, competitive, not getting something correct for 47 times in a row. Obviously, I'm really angry. And then add on top of that, her scaring the heck out of me. Like, I was so scared.
Yeah.
So the anger and the scare, like, came out together, and it was just not good. So now I need a new monitor.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you. I mean, I get it though, because there's like
I didn't.
no.
I'm surprised I didn't go crazy.
There's like a fight or flight reaction. People get scared, and some people flight, and then some people go like this to fight. They're ready to fight, and that was your reaction. Like you got scared, like frustrated. She jumped out, and you just went for it. Oh my gosh.
That's why I don't do scary games.
I like scary games sometimes.
I like them in a weird way because it's interesting and all that, but I'm a baby. I'm literally an infant.
You want to get into gaming stuff of the week?
Yes.
Gaming news.
Video games.
My favorite.
Games! I love games. I'm great at games.
Okay, I got a couple gaming and just content creation news for the week to ask you about. The first one that I think is a big one isn't necessarily gaming, but it has to do with gaming. Did you hear the details of the Twitch leak? Because I generally want to get your real opinion on this.
I did not.
Okay, so it was leaked to Bloomberg, I believe, like Bloomberg news source, from a reputable source from Twitch, that around the summertime, they've been thinking of making some changes. And they dropped what those changes were in this Twitch leak. And everybody who has left Twitch,
You got tea?
everybody who has left Twitch is now saying, see, we were right. And everybody who is in Twitch who knows about the leak is kind of like it's a bit upsetting. So here's some of the stuff. Partners, not every partner has this, but the partners that have the 70-30 split, like they make 70%, Twitch makes 30% of their revenue. In the Twitch leak, it said that they're going to get rid of that permanently. So now no more 70-30 split. So if you do have the 70-30 split, that goes away. I think Mixer did something like that a while back when they were around. More ads, right? More ads. Possible ads for Prime subscriptions. Or I think that already happened. That already happened. Like if you sub with Prime, you still get ads.
Ads? Where are they?
There's more. So no exclusivity, which means, you know how partnered streamers and affiliate streamers, like if you stream on Twitch, you can't stream anywhere else at the same time?
Yeah.
So they're going to get rid of that, which sounds like a good thing at first, except it opens up the door to every competition around you. Because now YouTube, you know, I could stream 3 different places. Like you don't have to go to Twitch to find Pastor Steven if that's the case. So there might have been a few other things in the Twitch leak, but it's got people freaking out because Amazon bought Twitch like 6 years ago or 8 years ago or so, and they have not been profitable any year. They've lost money every year since they've bought Twitch. So, yes.
Oh.
Yep. It has not been profitable.
Going on?
Amazon's not been profitable since they bought Twitch. So, is this Amazon trying to squeeze every last bit of money before they pull a Mixer? Do you know what happened with Mixer years ago?
I just know that they went dead.
Yeah, they basically, you know, got as much money as they could, and then we're like, okay, we're shutting down the platform. Jenny Smiles, a streamer I'm friends with, like, she had to leave, and then she had to start over again on Twitch. So is this Amazon squeezing it and then either selling it or getting rid of it, or is this Amazon trying to make a long-term play and fixing it to make it profitable? But it's been 8 years. What are your thoughts? It's concerning if you make money on Twitch. If you're a streamer on Twitch, this is
I'm like, mommy gonna have to start selling possessions.
Well, so then here's the funny part. You know what happened?
That screams, let's get as much money as we can and
It feels
drop
that way.
it back.
Well, Amazon has a history of that with other things that they
Oh,
buy.
lovely. Yeah. This
That's-
is giving
yeah.
me anxiety.
So here's the interesting part. You know what happened? After that leak came out, YouTube, so funny. YouTube posted a Twitter, like the day that it got leaked, and said, we would just like to take this time. It was so funny. They were like, we would just like to take this time to remind everybody that our revenue split is never going to change. Like, we're going to keep it the way it is. And then the next week, I think, or a week and a half later, YouTube now has gifted subs. They
Aw, cute.
which it's still not good yet. Like,
Ooh, so YouTube's kind of like throwing shade. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm here for it.
which YouTube's not, solid yet. Their gifted subs, half of them don't even work half the time. But I mean, if you make money on Twitch, it's concerning, I think.
It's very concerning. I'm gonna cry about that later, probably in the shower.
I feel like as a content creator, you can't have all your eggs in one basket,
True.
right? Let's say TikTok goes under, boom, that's, what happens at that point. Twitch goes under, what do you do? So I think for me, like, this is just what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. As of a week and a half ago, I'm posting on YouTube. And I'm not going to start streaming on YouTube right now, but I am getting ready for if and when that time comes that I have a platform on YouTube. So I've started posting shorts. I think I just hit 130 subscribers on there. Like I posted my first long form video there because I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I don't know if this is Amazon shutting it down in a couple years or if this is Amazon making a long-term play, but either way, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Can we talk to Amazon CEO and just ask him?
Mr. Jeff Bezos, can you please shut it down, but leave Rosa and Steven's Twitch channels available?
I have other friends that stream too. I would like to give you a list, Mr. Bezos, please.
Yeah.
We need
Concerning.
to. I hope you're enjoying the podcast, by the way. I know that you watch.
She's winking at the camera. Are you winking at me or are you winking at Mr. Bezos? Because I'm kind of offended if you're not just winking, if you're not winking at me at all.
It was.
I want
it
some of
was
that.
Jeff. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It was to Jeff.
Okay. Mr.
He
Jeff
gets some
Bezos.
besiegles too.
Well, take this, guys. If you stream, take this as our warning that like it is probably time to make sure all your eggs are not in one basket. Same thing for Rosa and I. It's time to make sure all of our eggs are not in one basket.
I'm gonna add that to my grocery list later. I need another basket.
Of and some more eggs.
Mm.
Lots of eggs and lots of baskets.
Yeah.
Warzone 2 has officially announced, like, dropped some information, and so Warzone 2 is going to be a completely separate game from Warzone 1. So did you hear about Warzone 2? I'll fill you in.
You know so many things.
Google. So now you guys know who is the brains behind this podcast.
Excuse me?
We have a face and we have a brains, and clearly Rosa is not the brains of the podcast.
I'm not hating her.
So here's what's going on with Warzone 2. Let me fill you in. It's going to be a completely separate game from Warzone 1. So all those guns you grinded for, kiss them bye-bye. Okay? It's a totally separate game. It's going to run off the Modern Warfare 2 engine, okay? Which is good. But here's the really crazy part. PS5s are very hard to find. It is only going to be exclusive to PC and new gen consoles. So PlayStation 4 users, no Warzone 2.
Oh.
Yep. No Warzone 2 on old gen consoles. Because they want to put an FOV slider, so that's only going to be in PlayStation 5s and new Xbox. If you play console.
They just in Warzone right now.
What'd you say?
Why can't they just put that in Warzone right now? The FOV sliders for
I'm not really sure.
Xbox and
I do think that Warzone is a pretty intense game to run graphics-wise and CPU-wise. I mean, think about the amount of space it takes on our PCs.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure, but I just know that that's the case. New gen only. It's separate game. Like, I had to break it to a friend of ours, Omega. She was grinding for this gun, and she got gold in the gun. And I was like, hey, how long have you been grinding for that gun? Okay, cool. Did you hear that in Warzone 2 you won't be able to use your old guns? So
yeah, it's making me think of Vanguard. How I grinded for
yeah. I mean, I think it's a good thing.
Obscene amount of hours.
I think it's a good thing because there's so many bugs in Warzone 1. That's why they're doing it. They're gonna just clean it completely and start brand new because they can't fix the bugs.
Warzone 2 that they probably take 7 years to try to fix.
Well, it makes sense. The developers came out and basically said, "Hey, it's unfixable." The reason why it's unfixable is because the people who are making money, right? The people above us were forcing us combine all these games together. All these guns, like from Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare, that are not built on the same engines, find a way to put them together. So they were forced to take all these 3 different games and mesh them together, and then they had problems because of that. So every time there's an update, it's like, okay, we fixed the Modern Warfare guns, now the Vanguard ones have an issue. Oh, we fixed the Vanguard ones, now the Cold War ones have an issue.
Yeah.
So they're going to just scrap it completely and do a brand new game in order to fix it. So hopefully it's a good thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm on that Fortnite grind, and I don't see myself leaving anytime soon.
They need to fix the push to talk so we can play together.
It's only for controller players, and I don't think they're going to fix it.
You're streaming and I'm streaming, so
there's some fixes, but they're a lot of work.
yeah. Buy another microphone, buy another foot pedal. My goodness gracious.
Hey, take content creation serious and do it. No, I did do so, like, to do the push to talk thing. If you guys don't know, if you use controller on PC, this is a PC issue. If you play Fortnite on PC and you're a streamer and you use controller, it's very specific to like this group of people. So if you're a streamer, if you use controller, if you play Fortnite on PC, there's an issue where if you use a push to talk, like which most streamers do, and use controller, the game glitches on you massively. So I did do the work. I have two, like, in order to fix it, I have 2 mics, I have 2 foot pedals, 2 Discord. Like, I did the work. But it's because I play Fortnite now all the time. So I had to do it, you know?
It's a Fortnite guy
If Fortnite's
now.
not your game, I mean, I get it. Don't do it. But I had to. I had to.
Yeah. I'm getting so tired of Warzone.
Come over to the dark side.
Mm-mm,
And
Warzone
grind-
pretty much is the
grind
dark side.
Fortnite
compared
with
to
us.
Fortnite's the very butterflies and rainbows and actual fun.
It's so much
Warzone
fun.
is the dark side where you cry in the closet with your son's stuffed animals for 14 minutes
See?
because a man killed you in the corner with a riot shield.
Do you don't have a second mic at all?
RPG. I have my very first one that I ever started streaming with, and it was $24 from Walmart.
Because you can use that, and then your 1 foot pedal.
Mm.
It's just for game chat, so your stream wouldn't hear it. It's just for us.
You guys might get the, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Let's do it. Let's hang up this podcast and fix your setup. I want to get your thoughts real quick on the King Kong Godzilla event on Warzone. I didn't play it.
It was cool for a total of 4 seconds.
What'd you do?
You basically drop in like normal, and there's other people to kill like normal, but there's Godzilla and there's King Kong. King Kong jumps in the air and soars across the map, and if he lands on you, you die.
Okay.
He also picks up rocks and throws them in random directions. If you're in that direction, you die.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
get hurt. Godzilla pretty much just walks around in the water and screams and wails.
Do they fight at all?
Yeah, they started fighting each other towards the end.
Okay.
I ended up getting second place one of the times that I played it. But, I mean, it's just kind of anxiety inducing like the rest of the things that
Yeah.
goes on in that game.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're trying to worry about where the actual other players are, you know, and trying to
Yeah.
get position. You get a good position, and then all of a sudden there's this notification that pops up and says you're in Godzilla's crosshairs, pretty much, and he's about to do
Oh,
his
dang.
little fire thing. And so you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to move. So you try to move to get out of Godzilla's
Yeah.
fire-breathing target, and you end up getting shot by the dude that's up in the hill laying down, role-playing as a caterpillar.
Dang.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't play it. I haven't. This is the first time in Warzone history I don't even own the Battle Pass. So I was like, I just want to get her thoughts on it because I haven't played it. Do you not have the Battle Pass?
I never really have bought the Battle Pass. I never really... If there's not more than, like, 4 things in the entire thing that I can see myself actually using or liking, I'm not buying it.
Wow. You know that if you get the Battle Pass one time and then you just play, you can get it for free from that point
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Rosa,
But- or
why
you
are you
could
playing this
hoard
game?
Or you could just hoard those points for when, like, a cool skin comes out in the store.
Have you
and
heard
then-
yourself this entire podcast?
That I hate Warzone?
Yes. Why are you playing this game?
Because I'm okay at it. I like playing games that I'm good at.
Okay,
So-
fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know
I
what
mean,
that
it's
means because
cool.
I'm not
You
good
still
at
have
games.
fun on it sometimes too, but it's just the fun versus
Yeah.
pulling your hair out ratio. It's kind of not looking too good.
Gotcha. Hey everybody, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode. Do us a solid if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or now Spotify because they let you do it. Drop a review. It's an easy way to let people know this is a good podcast, that this is worthy of being listened to. So make sure you guys drop that review. You were silent, by the way, just now.
Said please.
Please
I was whispering.
drop a review. We drop episodes every single Wednesday. every single Wednesday morning, so that way you can listen to them on your way to school, on your way to work. And then you guys can always catch us on Twitch, Rosa XV, and then Pastor Steven on Twitch. We post on TikTok, Instagrams, and soon to be YouTube, right, Rosa?
I need to go get that basket.
Listen, we love you guys. Thanks you guys again for tuning in to another episode of the podcast. Hope you guys have an awesome week, and we'll catch you on the next one.
To the next one, ladies and gentlemen.
That was another episode of the Respawn Podcast. Don't cry. You can stay in touch with Rosa and Pastor Steven on their live streams right on Twitch. Don't forget to follow them on social media to stay in touch. We'll see you on the next episode.